and gentlemen, it's a good day to be an arm wrestler. I'm here in Texas State. Lubbock is the city, and the Texas State Championships is the tournament. More and more people turning in, hundreds of entries, some of the best pullers from across the state and the entire southern United States, and one Yankee who decided to come down from Minnesota. I'm Uncle Jon, the Mastodon. I am your host for the day. We have got so much coming up. We've got tournament time after tournament time after tournament time. We got masters, grandmasters, we got amateurs, and of course, we've got the open divisions. If you're not here already, ask yourself what you're doing with your life. And if you're not, make sure you stick around, because let me introduce to you the pre-show for the Texas State Arm Wrestling Championships.
Welcome to the 2024 Texas State Arm Wrestling Championship, brought to you by the Texas Arm Wrestling League. This year, we are live from the hub city, Lubbock, Texas, at the MCM Elegante Hotel. Texas State Championship is looking bigger and better every year. This is all thanks to pullers like you, the great sponsors, partnerships, and all the support from the community. Texas is known for everything big. The cities, the geography, and the state pride are bigger here than anywhere else. You don't have to look far to enjoy what this state has to offer, whether it's urban exploring or stepping off the beaten path to discover the state's many natural wonders. Don't forget that Texas is known for their wildlife. Being the actual home of the Longhorns, Texas has wide open spaces to enjoy nature in every corner of the state. Stunning landscapes when nature meets the city. Thanks to the sponsors that made this possible to qualify for the Arnold Sports Festival. Now sit back and enjoy the show. This is the Texas State Championship.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Texas Arm Wrestling League's Texas State Championships. We are here for the pre-show. Everyone is still coming in that door. Let me tell you this, I always get excited the night before. We got early weigh-ins, and there's a line out the door. You know it's going to be a heavy day of arm wrestling. We've seen people coming in all morning long. If you're anywhere near Lubbock, Texas, you need to be here right now, because not only is there a lot of people, but the depth of talent we've seen so far is excellent. Now, to kick things off, we wanted to talk to some of the movers and the shakers in the Texas area, and with me here, one of our referees for the day, Dustin Laughlin. How you doing, buddy?
Great, Uncle Jon. It's great to have you all here. We are super excited. We're going to have an Arnold's qualifier here at Texas State this year. I can't even tell you how excited we are. We have great turnout, and we got some great folks here from all over the state: Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Beaumont, El Paso, you name it. They're here.
I cannot wait for it. Now, one of the things that I love, this is something that we did when I was living in Canada, but I really enjoy it when we can look back at the history of our sport and call attention to people who have helped get us here. And you guys are doing that today with the Hall of Fame, and we've got a Hall of Famer with us.
For sure, absolutely. The Texas Arm Wrestling Hall of Fame. We're super excited to have Mr. James Anderson, longtime Texas puller and champion. We're going to have some videos and things presented for him later today. And he's joining an elite group. There's a good bunch of those folks here, and a lot of them are here today to celebrate this.
So, James, what was your main time of activity in the sport?
From 76 to 94.
76 to 94. So you had a solid 20 years of going.
Yes.
What, you look back on that, and I'm kind of like in the middle of that right now in my career. When you look back on that, what are some of the things that make arm wrestling important to you?
I just always loved the sport. I mean, and the new generation here, they took it to another level. And I'm just honored to be here today.
Wonderful. Well, we are so happy to be able to shine a light on you and others who have, helped us get where we are. We all know as arm wrestlers, I like to say we're all a little a little different, a little goofy.
You know, yeah,
right?
John, we all learn from somebody, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I got my first lesson, you know, from somebody, and they got it from somebody. Well, if it wasn't for some of these, you know, folks
Yes.
laying down the path,
Yeah.
you know, for us, we may not be where we're at today. And so we like to make sure that we recognize that and show our, you know, some you know, respect and some gratitude for that.
Excellent.
So we're excited.
Awesome. Well, James, congratulations to you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to see some of the old footage, see you going at it. Dustin, thank you so much for all you do here, and we'll be looking forward to the start of the tournament in just about half an hour. You'll be reffing all day. Let's do a quick little recap of what people can expect on the rules side of things.
Sure. Standard IFA rules, with the exception on our amateur side, we don't give warnings for dangerous position. We just stop the match,
it immediately.
and then we move on. Other than that, it's IFA, and we love and appreciate them and all they've done. You know, Denise Summer and all those folks. We're grateful for them helping train up most of our refs, and they've been that's a large part of our success, I believe, in the safety and what we're doing here in Texas.
Beautiful. I love it. So strict IFA rules today, guys, other than the few exceptions. So that's what you can expect all day long here at the Texas State Championship. Thank you guys both for coming on and give us your time. And we will be right back with more guests here on the Texas State Championships.
Thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the pre-show here at the Texas State Championships put on by TAL. Joining me now, Elizabeth Mochek. Now, this is the first time we've met in real life. You know, we both seem to have be a kindred spirits in at least the Instagram sense of enjoying the massiveness of light, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
How are you feeling right now? You look like you're in very good shape. What are you thinking coming into this tournament?
I'm good. I came in expecting to see a bunch of ladies ready to take my spot.
Right, because you've not shied away from letting people know.
No, I put it out there like 3 months ago. I'm here, come take it.
And so far, are any of those people here to take it? I've been looking around.
Is that Nadia over there? Oh man, I don't see her. Or
no.
Is that Amir in the back? No? No, they're not here.
Here's the deal. Arm wrestling's a fickle sport, right? There's a lot of talk.
There's a whole lot of talking and not a lot of doing. Because all last year and the year before that, I believe, when I first started coming to the sport, I was traveling every other month.
Right. You were going out there, making a name for yourself.
And I just put up my own money to travel here and tell them to come take it, and they didn't show up.
I mean, there's something to be said about that, ladies and gentlemen. So, beside the fact that maybe there's not some people here, what do you look to get out of this tournament then, and at what point do you just say, okay, screw them?
Yeah,
I'm going to do my own thing.
I said fuck it, and I put myself in the 176 men's.
Yes! So Elizabeth Mochek will be in the men's division 176. And what's your weight?
You know
right
what? Nadia said I belong there, so I'm just gonna go rock that.
Look, when you can take it, you got to be able to give it right back. Hopefully we can set you guys up at some time in the future.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that when you disrespect someone, you disrespect them.
Look, I understand absolutely, completely. So we will see you in action today, though.
You will?
In the women's tournament and in the men's. What about after this? We've seen you at big events before. when you think outside of, a state level competition, looking at more of the national scene or international scene, what are you looking for? Are you looking to get your arm wrestling level up? Do you want to face people that are heavier than you? What do you want to do?
I'm ready for whatever's next, but right now I'm lined up 2 ranking matches in the super heavies.
Nice.
So.
Can you reveal the names yet? Or are
I can.
Yeah?
I at Katie Hankey in Washington.
In Washington State.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be there for that one.
And then I got
Beautiful.
Jolene in February.
Jolene. Yeah. Jolene is a lot to
But
handle.
I will tell you, if I take care of Jolene, Angie's next. So.
I like the fact that you've got the path, right? The path is there. So now it's just your chance to climb it.
It is.
Nice. Well, good luck today.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see you on the table in these super matches. And if you were going to just give one final message to the ladies who are maybe at home today, relaxing and resting, what would you want to say to them?
Just remind them that before they pull out their phones and start mouthing off in about a month or so, to remember this fucking day.
Remember the day, ladies and gentlemen. Elizabeth,
thank you.
Pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in a moment for more interviews here at the Texas State Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are back. We hope you are enjoying the pre-show. Massive tournament coming up today. We got women's, we got masters, we got some kids, I believe, amateurs, open classes, the Texas State Championships, brought to you by TAL. If you're not here, I don't quite understand. I'm from Minnesota. And I came to Lubbock, Texas. I'm here. You should be here. I think a lot of you actually did show up because I'm fair from what I see. I think we're well over 200 entries. That's what I would guess. I haven't got the firm numbers, but I think that's where we're at. My next guest, you may have seen him recently in a massive campaign of Instagram shorts. You guys have the Flashpin Productions podcast. You've done a really nice job of capturing people's attention with these quick clips. It's got maybe a little spice in there. I really enjoy it, and that's how I kind of figured out about you guys in the first place, but you're also our senior referee on the day. So let's start out with rules. Everybody always wants to know, well, what's your rules? Where's the differences? Where are the similarities? What are we doing today?
Sure. First, thank you, Uncle Jon, for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being a viewer of our podcast. Always appreciate it. The rules today, pretty straightforward standard IFA rules. They're going to be strict rules. We make the standard adjustments to these IFA rules that Leonard Harkless makes at USA events. Okay. The same adjustments that Sean Hancock makes at PAL events to the IFA rules. Mostly just dangerous position for amateurs. Yep. That's the biggest distinction between pros and AMs. Really the only distinction. Yep. No micro fouls today, whatsoever. I'm the head officiator, so if somebody has a question about the rules or a protest, for instance.
So that was interesting. You are allowing protest.
We are.
And this is what people always want to know, right? Because there are some specifics with protests that you got to know, or else you're going to screw yourself. So what are some of those provisions?
So it's a great question. IFA rules are very clear about protests. They have a very strict protest procedure. Your opportunity to make a protest is before you leave the table. So once the call is made that you disagree with, you cannot leave the table without making the protest.
So you can't go down and your buddy's like, oh, there was an elbow foul, and then come up. That's not how it works. It's got to be right here, right now. And is there a fee?
So there is a fee. Off the top of my head, I want to say it's $25.
Okay.
I don't believe we're going to be doing the protest fee today. Normally, the way this works in IFA rules is the athlete tells their team captain they'd like to make a protest.
Yep.
Team captain will then write down the protest, give that to the head officiator with the protest fee.
Yep.
Head officiator will review the protest with the 2 table referees. Table referees will review the call, make their decision if they agree on the call. If they don't agree on the call, it's a restart with no call.
Okay. So fair. I think that's
and then you
pretty
get
fair.
your protest money back.
Right.
If they rule in your favor.
Gotcha.
Protest.
Gotcha. I love it. I love that idea, and I like that it's just there's something to be said about having the strict rules, especially when we're training a lot of young arm wrestlers who we want to be successful with those rules when they are for sure going to be labeled as very, very strict.
Yeah.
Right? We all like to watch the super world level pros.
That's right.
But a world level pay-per-view does not at all, in any way, shape, or form, really follow any strict format. Really.
None whatsoever. And I think that's what people need to understand is IFA rules are trying to accomplish something different than Supermatch rules are trying to accomplish, right? Today, we're trying to find the best athlete with the most endurance that can put up the best fight against all the athletes in their bracket. And the rules have to be as fair as they possibly can, consistent across the board. These are not meant for entertainment. Right? So intentional slips are being called today.
Right.
All slips are not going to strap, you know? So we're not going to see ugly slips today. We're going to see legitimate slips only. Otherwise, it'll be a foul, you know?
Right.
Supermatch rules are just completely different. Like I said, trying to accomplish something else.
Correct.
Right? You have a different objective.
I love the idea that we're okay with the fact that sometimes arm wrestling looks like this and other times arm wrestling looks different.
That's right.
Right? And I think that's the thing that, yes, we're going to be here with you guys all day long. I'm going to be making this as spectacular as possible. But these matches are really designed, like we want to know who the legitimate best in Texas is going to be. Unfortunately for Texas, it's going to be a Yankee from Minnesota who gets the first place spot. But I digress. So beyond refereeing, this is the first time we met, but Flashpin Productions. I know you've had quite a hand with them thus far, and you guys are making some waves, which I like. So can you speak on that just a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, I'm part of the Austin Arsenal team, arm wrestling team out of Austin, Texas. 2 of my teammates are Dustin DeWoody and Trey Johnson, Tracy Johnson. Going back over a year, almost 2 years ago now, Dustin, Trey, and I would, you know, talk about the things going on in the arm wrestling world. And we would always say to ourselves, you know, I feel like we could do these live streams like some of these other productions do. We might even be able to do it better, you know. What if we tried? And it was actually Dustin that made the connection. Marcus, Trey has said some of these same things to me. Why don't you guys get together, figure something out? So Trey and I created Flashpin. Trey has taken it and run with it.
Nice.
And he's done a masterful job so far. He's taken Dustin DeWoody with them. They're doing a fantastic job running these super matches, creating these productions. I've been honored to be their head officiator, you know, sort of the main referee for Flashpin Productions. You know, being a referee, I'm, you know, an enthusiast of what I call like the more intellectual side of arm wrestling, which is the rules and understanding the rules the best I can. Right. So with that, like I said, Supermatch rules are completely different.
Yes.
And they, as far as I know, have never been written down.
It's a common thing that of all the promoters, you'll be like, well, what is your rule? Well, we don't write that down for reason A, B, C, or D, whatever.
What's with that?
Well, I think it's because they do want to leave it somewhat vague in order to whether you are presenting arm wrestling a certain way or it's going to be edited for later. I think all those things play into the added value. So while I'm like you, I harped on WAF for like 4 years because it was technically impossible to get a foul for a King's move because in the rules it only said caution.
That's right.
Caution's not a thing. and I like what you had said yesterday, or maybe earlier this morning, that semantics matter in the rules, okay? If you want to be taken as a legitimate entity, your rules have to make. I come from a nerdy table board gaming background, okay? You want rule books? There's rule books this big, and you got an everything matters. And people have arguments and wars on the internet over these little.
I'm glad we
things.
agree on this.
Yes, it's so important. Now, if you want your rules to be kind of loose and Wild West, I don't care, but just tell me.
Right.
Tell me how that works.
Be transparent about it.
Right?
Yes.
I love it.
And really, that's what we did with Flash Pin rules.
Yes.
They are almost the exact same as East versus West.
Beautiful. I love it.
You know, it's very lenient.
I love it. Well, it sounds like we are going to be starting things up in a bit. We've got a couple more segments for you on this here pre-show. The Texas Arm Wrestling League putting on the Texas State Championships. Marcus, pleasure, my friend. Good luck today with the reffing. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the All right, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Arm Wrestling Championship.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
By the Texas Arm Wrestling League. This year, we are live from the Hub City, Lubbock, Texas, at the MCM Elegante Hotel. Texas State Championship is looking bigger and better every year. This is all thanks to pullers like you, the great sponsors, partnerships, and all the support from the community. Texas is known for everything big. The cities, the geography, and the state pride are bigger here than anywhere else. You don't have to look far to enjoy what this state has to offer, whether it's urban exploring or stepping off the beaten path to discover the state's many natural wonders. Don't forget that Texas is known for their wildlife. Being the actual home of the Longhorns, Texas has wide open spaces to enjoy nature in every corner of the state. Stunning landscapes when nature meets the city. Thanks to the sponsors that made this possible to qualify for the Arnold Sports Festival. Now sit back and enjoy the show. This is the Texas State Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Texas State Championships, brought to you by the TAL. Right now, something you never thought you would see, we're going to play a little game. Mr. Ebers, welcome. This is David Ebers, one of the strongest arms in Texas at 176?
54.
54 the man cuts to. I like your width for a 54. Let me just say that. You know what I mean? Now, what we're going to do is we're playing for high stakes. We've carefully selected Mr. Ebers because he is going to be playing our game, Pull the Stumper. And guess what? He wins. Look at that. That is a juicy Toddzilla shirt autographed by the man himself. So, Mr. Ebers, what we have here are a series of questions. Common knowledge, even a small child would be able to answer these. So, let's start out with this one. Think nature. Think nature. What is the second largest Great Lake? So we Superior, Huron, new microphone. There we go. You said, what did you say?
Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan. Now, what is it about Michigan? Is it because Michigan is such a popular Democratic stronghold?
Because that was the only other lake I could think of.
That's a great guess, but an incorrect one. On top of it, it is Lake Huron. Lake Huron is actually the second largest.
Guesses, I would not have guessed that one.
It's not one of the favorites. Okay, how about this? Maybe we'll bring it down to Texas. We'll bring it to Texas.
Okay.
How many cities have 1 million or more people in Texas?
Oh, 6.
6.
I'm from Oklahoma if I'm wrong.
Now tell me, can you name any of them?
Yeah, they have over 1 million.
Over 1 million.
Austin.
Okay.
Dallas.
Okay.
Fort Worth.
Okay.
San Antonio. Houston.
So, now I'm going to give you half credit because there's 3, Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. But Robert came up with the answers. So Robert may have got it wrong. I don't know. We're going to give you half points for that one. All right, here it comes. What is cartilagenophobia?
Oh, you're scared of the cartel.
Afraid of the cartel? Which one? The Tulsa or?
Oh, the Southern.
Okay. Southern Cardinal. Well, it's
We're in
actually,
Texas.
you're not far off.
Okay.
You're not far off. It is actually the fear of breaking bones. A lot.
Not
I've
good for
got
arm
it.
wrestling.
I've got it.
Not good for arm
Cartilagenophobia. Oh, no good. All right. I'll give you quarter credit on that.
He's being scared. I got that part right. The
I like
scared
it.
part's right.
I like it. How many miles wide is Texas? Everything is bigger in Texas. It's always wide. I'm wider in Texas.
Yeah.
But how wide?
I can tell.
Yeah. How wide is 1,200 miles, ladies and gentlemen?
1,200 miles.
I'm sorry, that's 773 miles. That's what she said.
My expectations were too high.
Also what she said.
I thought more of Texas.
Here we go. What is the deepest lake in Texas? And I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
The lake's name
Uh-huh.
is the first name of a famous American arm wrestler.
Oh.
It's a first name lake.
Oh, like John.
Is that your final answer? No, the better guy. Lake Travis. Travis Bajan, ladies and gentlemen. Lake Travis
How'd he get in there?
is 210 feet deep in Austin.
I should have known he'd sneak in there somehow.
He just steals the glory from John any way he can. I'll tell you what.
Every chance he gets.
How many years was Texas an independent nation? Texas is big on,
This, you got to think back. This is history.
I mean, this is history.
class.
This is, so I'll tell you this. It was in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was how many years?
35 years.
35 years.
Yeah.
That's not a bad guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
No, it's close in the vicinity.
9 years.
9
years.
My
1836 to
expectations were too high. I thought more of Texas. I
Texas.
thought they made it longer
Texas.
than that.
We need to get it. Look, you got to get your independence back and be for 35 years. That's what I'm
9
saying.
years, I wouldn't even talk about it.
Now, this is the hardest question.
Oh,
You've got 0.75 points
okay.
so far. In what state
Uh-huh.
is it illegal to kill Bigfoot? Sasquatch.
Yeah. I mean, we're in Texas, so that's an obvious answer. But you said it's the hardest question. So I think that would be a trick.
In what U.S. state is it illegal to kill Bigfoot? You could kill Loch Ness Monster, no problem.
Uh-huh. Bigfoot.
But Bigfoot, no.
It's got to be Colorado. Got to be Colorado.
It's very good. Very good.
I changed my answer.
I'll give you a second shot. I'll give you a second shot.
It's Texas.
It's Washington. Washington State, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be going to Washington State, but I will not be killing Bigfoot. I would never break the law. But ladies and gentlemen, that puts an end to our Stump the Puller. And you know what?
How many points I have to win?
You got 0.75 points.
Half a point to win?
Out of 10. And you only needed 0.5 points. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Toddzilla autographed shirt going to Mr. David Ebers. Thank you, sir. Well, I'll tell you what. It's probably worth $30 right now. I'll sign it and make it worth $20. That is the deal we have, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. We will be back with more pre-show in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Texas State Championships. We've had a great pre-show so far. The referees are going through all the rules as we speak. Before we end our pre-show, we will be sending things for the tournament over to the TAL YouTube page, so get over there, subscribe, and watch all the action throughout the day. But we want to thank some of our sponsors, a lot of really important sponsors that help bring this event to us today. Of course, this is an Arnold Sports Festival qualifier. Knuckles Up is taking the Arnold Classic to a new level, and I am here specifically because I'm going to be a part of that new level. So top 3 in the pro classes are going to be qualifying for the Arnolds. Also, big thanks to Lubbock Sports, Daniac Nutrition. They've got an awesome booth right in the back of our area. Primo Chalk supplying all the chalk for today. Lion Straps giving us those very good straps. I've yet to break a Lion strap, and that says something. Combat Arms Sports, great tables, Print Strong, and Boom Premium Productions. Thank them all for all of their support so we can make this event as amazing as possible. The people are here. The referees are doing their thing, but right now I want to talk to Billy Ortegas, the man behind TAL. Billy, how are you doing today? Feeling good?
Man, yeah, feeling wonderful. Feeling wonderful.
Tell us a little bit. You know, I kind of walked into this the end of the year, the state championships, but you guys go all year round. So how has 2024 been?
2024 has been it treated us fairly well. Tournaments have been a little hit and miss. We've had couple bigger ones, couple smaller ones, but all in all, it's TAL has accomplished the goal that we set out to do at the beginning of the year, and here we are, Texas State Championship. We've got the $500 class payouts for the open class, custom medals, Arnold qualifier. I mean,
there's really not much more you could hope for out of a tournament, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the $500 first place, that is nice. I mean, for a guy like me, I haven't gone to money tournaments in a long time. Brought me all the way down from Minnesota. So thank you for that.
No, thank you for being here.
Well, I look around the room and I see guys that I got to think twice about, right? There's what you just told me the number, but give us the number of how many people are signed up right now.
So entry-wise, we're sitting at about 270.
270,
and
massive.
Yep, and we still have another weigh-in.
Yep.
And we'll get some super heavyweights definitely coming in a little later. And so maybe we can squeeze out another 30 and hit 300. I'm crossing my fingers.
That would be amazing. Lubbock, Texas. Who would have thought? I'm telling you, I can feel it. You know when everybody's milling around, but then it gets closer and closer. The static starts to rise. I'm just starting to feel that right now. Now, so I'm really liking what TAL is putting down, but what is TAL about? What is your goal? What are your goals with TAL as we move forward?
I mean, clearly number one goal, it's all about Texas. All about Texas. Everything we do is for Texas. So when I think about this Arnold qualifier, honestly, this is no dig at anybody from out of state. I love that you're here. Thank you so much for coming, but this is for my Texas guys.
Yeah.
This is for my Texas ladies. You know, that is the primary goal from the beginning, is all Texas. We throw our 4 and 5 regional events, and we co-promote with some other promoters, Sean Hancock, Greg Sharp with the World Series of Arm Wrestling.
Awesome.
And, I mean, Texas is jam-packed all year long. If you don't compete, it's nobody's fault but your own.
The opportunity is here, and Texas, I'm telling you, not all states are created equal. A lot of great stuff going on in Texas. So we are at the end of the year. This is the state championships. What do you foresee for 2025? What are your hopes, your dreams for TAL next year?
You know, honestly, it's one of our main goals is getting more efficient in the tournaments, right? Making sure we're getting our processes down. That way the day is better for everybody else. Our goals always remain the same. We want our qualifiers or regionals to be as big as possible. We want people in the region to come and compete, sharpen their skills, and get ready for Texas State next year.
Awesome.
So it's a lot of rinse and repeat, but with some improvements along the way.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Texas State Championships. If you're not here and you're within driving distance, I don't know what you've done to get to this point in your life, but I would say definitely come for the next one. It's a packed house. Everybody is on the edge of their seats, and we'll be bringing it to you all day long. We're going to go from here right over to the TAL's YouTube page, and we will pick up the tournament action from there. Billy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate everything you're doing for Arm